About 2 weeks ago, the biggest deal in the history of the gaming industry occurred. Microsoft, which is one of the world's biggest companies, and its gaming entertainment division, also known as Xbox, purchased Activision Blizzard, which is a company known for developing Call of Duty, Overwatch, Warzone, all that good stuff, for almost 70 billion United States dollars. You didn't hear me wrong, 70 billion United States dollars.
We hold the world ransom for $100 billion.
However, there have been some news going around on Twitter and on other social media websites about the potential cancellation of this blockbuster deal. The question is, how come? Why are they going to potentially cancel this deal? What does this entail? I will answer those questions in this video, but before I answer those questions, we need to travel back in time to right around when the deal occurred. So, a few weeks ago, the gaming world, the gaming community, and the gaming industry was totally shocked by the news that Microsoft, which is currently the world's second most valuable company with a market cap of almost $2.3 trillion, purchased a gaming studio known as Activision Blizzard for about $69 billion. See what I did there? 69? Nice. However, thoughts started flying through the minds of people and fans across the gaming industry. Thoughts started racing through their minds, and people started thinking, did Xbox actually make the move just to make Activision better from the top down because of all these like sexism, sexual harassment issues, stuff like that? Did they do it to make Call of Duty a better community and overall a better game? Or did they actually do it just to spite Sony for the long-term deal that they've had with Activision ever since Black Ops 3 released in 2015? In my opinion, I think they did it just to make it better and make the management system a lot better than what Bobby Kotick had going. But to be honest, I have no idea of Phil Spencer and Satya Nadella's true intentions. They're the CEOs of Xbox and Microsoft respectively, and I think it was to make the game better, like I just said. Since Phil Spencer did mention that he had a call with the higher-ups over at Sony Interactive Entertainment, which is Sony's gaming division, and he did say that it went really well. He mentioned that the next few Call of Duties, the next 3 to be specific, are going to be released on PlayStation. Now, I honestly don't know if that's including this year's Call of Duty since it's not going to be part of the deal. And this deal would lead to endless possibilities with the future acquisition of Activision by Xbox and Microsoft. And this deal is set to go through in Q of 2023. I don't know if that's June, July, or August, which is obviously a few months after the release of this year's Call of Duty, which is MW2 with Roman numerals. And this is absolutely huge because Call of Duty has been a best-selling game for the past 2 decades, and with the acquisition of this company, Xbox now holds the rights to 2 of the 3 biggest FPS games in the entire world for the past 2 decades, with the other being Halo, which is already developed by a subsidiary of Xbox. And while this deal does seem harmless in intent, the United States government may think otherwise. Now, I know I am going to go on a little bit of a limb and talk about how businesses operate, how the government regulates said businesses, but I promise you all these details play into the video, so please bear with me. You see, there's a government division called the FTC, also known as the Federal Trade Commission, and this division is responsible for ensuring antitrust laws aren't broken. So, if you guys don't know what antitrust laws are, they're basically laws that prevent predatory and unlawful, unethical business practices such as monopolies and insider trading. They prevent them from harming consumers and fair and legal business competition. Now, according to a tweet from Charlie Intel that they put out yesterday, quote unquote, the United States antitrust review of Microsoft Corporation's proposed acquisition will be handled by the Federal Trade Commission, according to a person familiar with the matter, putting the deal in the hands of an agency that has vowed more aggressive policing of deals. Now, what this basically means is that the United States government is going to personally ensure that this potential acquisition that's set to go down in mid-2023 won't stifle competition from other companies, thereby creating a potential monopoly within the FPS niche in the industry. And the FTC has just shown that it can be more aggressive, and it sued Nvidia for the attempted acquisition of a semiconductor company for about $40 billion. And the FTC said that it would quote-unquote stifle next-generation competition, and the deal between Microsoft and Activision could create a monopoly in the FPS niche, leading to less competition, which decreases the incentive to make a better game, and, you know, it leads to less free thinking, and obviously that's not good for the economy. And if you guys know what a monopoly is, it's basically when there's only one company that makes a certain thing. So if there's only one company in the world that makes smartphones, and you need smartphones to live a day-to-day life, and the smartphones are stupidly expensive, poor quality, then you can't do anything about it. That leads to lower competition. That's basically what's going on with Microsoft and Xbox. Obviously, there are other FPS games, but nowhere near as big as what Call of Duty has. And what's going to happen if the deal doesn't go through? Well, for starters, on the short-term side, if the deal doesn't go through, then Microsoft and Activision Blizzard will continue to operate independent of each other. I mean, that's a pretty obvious one. And another immediate side effect of the fall through of this deal is the inability to put Call of Duty and other Activision games on Xbox Game Pass. Now, this is obviously huge. Xbox Game Pass has been on the rise, especially this past year. So it's basically a subscription service where you get access to all, like, a bunch of like games in the library, like a bunch of different games, and it's super fun. Now, if Microsoft had owned Activision Blizzard, they could have put every single Call of Duty title on Xbox Game Pass, and that makes it so much easier for people to access. Instead of having to pay $60 or $70 at launch, you just pay a couple of dollars a month and you have access to every Call of Duty game. That's somewhat creating a monopoly. That's going to lead to less competition. And another somewhat short-term effect is the sexism and discrimination issue that could linger within the company for some more time until something big happens. And obviously, that's been a huge issue for the past few years. And Phil Spencer clearly said that if they're going to do this, we don't want to do a deal with them. So they got to fix their crap. Activision's definitely going to fix that sexism, sexual harassment, discrimination sort of issue that's been in the company for the past few years. And a huge long-term effect could be increased competition within the gaming market and lack of a monopoly, like I just said, for Microsoft and Xbox within the FPS niche of the gaming industry. While this deal does have good intentions, this deal could also cause a lack of competition within the shooter niche, like I said thousands of times before. And if Microsoft has the rights to the biggest FPS game on the planet by far, if they wanted to, they could charge $100 for the game. And this means that people will either have to pay $100 to play the game that they've loved so much for the past 2 decades, or not buy it at all. And obviously, Microsoft is level-headed enough to not do this. It could potentially happen, and people won't certainly be that happy. And there is also the potential that there's no incentive to raise the quality of the product due to the lack of competition within the industry. And Microsoft could put out the worst chunk in the history of gaming and still charge $100 for it. In my opinion, the FTC's intervention is definitely a good thing, because then Activision will have an incentive to put out competitive games to compete with Halo, which is actually doing pretty good with the release of Halo Infinite, and Battlefield, which hasn't been doing too good because of the super buggy 2042 title. And in my opinion, the independent operation of Xbox and Activision leads to more free thinking and a desire to release a fun, playable game for the fans. And now that I have said what I wanted to say, I want to know what you guys think. Will this deal go through, or will the FTC come in and prevent the deal from happening? Will this increase, the competition within the market? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you don't want to miss any more gaming news, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you can be part of the Stu Crew. I did recently hit 60 subscribers, so thank you for that so much. And be sure to smash the like button so you know you guys really enjoyed watching the video. Thank you all so much for sticking around to finish the video. This is Stu Crew signing off. Peace out.